So the FTC is trying to block Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard, but then Microsoft has now responded saying that apparently the FTC is violating the Constitution by blocking the Activision Blizzard acquisition. Welcome back, my friends, to another news video here on the channel. We haven't done a lot of news lately, and I do apologize for that. There was a lot of games coming out. I was trying to do more Let's Plays for you guys here, but let me know if you want to see more news videos again. Also, because I've changed my camera angle, it's kind of, I don't know if I have a good way to put a green screen behind me. We can try to figure that out, but let me know again in the comments below if you guys prefer like a green screen background or something like this what we're doing right here. Again, love to hear you guys' feedback down in the comments below. All right, let's not wasting time, and let's jump straight into this. So like I said, Microsoft is saying that the FTC is violating the Constitution by blocking the Activision Blizzard acquisition. Now, this is a topic that we've been talking about since the first announcement and even rumors when it first came out, you know, what is it, months ago, almost a year now, I think it's been quite some time. So obviously I wanted to keep you guys updated on this and whatnot. So there's a full document that I'll link down in the description below if you want to read the full thing, but for sake of time, you know, it's very, very lengthy. We're going to kind of skip through all of that. So basically what happened is that a few weeks ago, the American FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, filed a lawsuit which was to prevent the deal from going through. And they were basically saying that, you know, Xbox owning one of the excuse me, one of the biggest franchises of all time, which would be Call of Duty, was not good, right? That was kind of their concern. Their concern was that, you know, they would have that kind of power over one of the biggest games in the industry. Despite the fact, obviously, that Microsoft has said countless of times that they're not going to make Call of Duty exclusive. They even made, in fact, they wanted to make it more accessible. They signed a 10-year deal with Nintendo to bring Call of Duty back to Nintendo consoles, which I don't know how it's going to run on the Nintendo Switch, but we've seen bigger games like The Witcher 3, things like that run on the console, so who knows, maybe. So that's kind of what happened there, right? And then fast forward a little bit, and basically what we got going on is that, you know, they tried to kind of strike a deal with PlayStation, and PlayStation just kind of like stuck their nose up at it, and that was that, right? PlayStation was like, no, you know, whatever, about the whole 10-year deal thing. So at least there was like that kind of, you know, there was that offering, that olive branch kind of extended, if you will, that, you know, Microsoft was trying to at least secure 10 years for all the platforms that wanted to, you know, to jump on. Nintendo, like I said, did. PlayStation declined. And so there would have been at least 10 years of security there. So moving on from that, like I said, the FTC is concerned with that. So they filed, what was it called? I guess they're trying to block it, right? They're filing a lawsuit or whatever it would be called. But Microsoft has now responded saying that the FTC is violating their Fifth Amendment rights due process. So again, there's a lot going on here, and if you want to read, like I said, the entire thing, the entire document, it's pretty lengthy. I'm looking at it right now. It's about 37 pages. I mean, obviously that is pretty lengthy if you don't want to kind of, you know, read all of that. But all that to say is that it's very interesting that you know, that there's a lot of back and forth going on, and it kind of seems a little bit uncertain what's going to happen with all this, because again, the FTC is saying that you know, Microsoft it would own too big of a franchise, Call of Duty. You know, Microsoft's trying to extend deals to, you know, platforms to reassure everyone, give everyone security that Call of Duty will remain on various platforms. And now Microsoft's shooting back at the FTC, you know, stating that what they're doing is against the Constitution. So it's pretty insane. So if you do go and open the document, there's a page, it starts on page 32, and it's affirmative and other defenses, right? And it starts off by saying that Microsoft asserts the following defenses with respect to the causes of action alleged in the complaint, without assuming the burden of proof of persuasion, where such burden rests on the commission. Microsoft has not knowingly or intentionally waived any applicable defenses, and it reserves the right to assert and rely upon other applicable defenses that may become available or apparent throughout the course of the action. Microsoft reserves the right to supplement its defenses as discovery progress. And there's a bunch of stuff. There's a bunch of different bullet points. And it basically says that the complaint fails to allege any harm to competition. The complaint fails to allege any harm to consumers or consumer welfare. And they're going through bullet points saying how flawed the FTC's complaint is. And they go on under point 17. They say these proceedings are invalid because the structure of the commission as an independent agency that wields significant executive power and the associated constraints on removal of the commissioners and other commission officials violates Article 2 of the U.S. Constitution and the separation of powers. So there's that part. And then in 18, they say that they're also invalid because of the commission's complaint by the ALJ, and the commission violates Article 3 of the U.S. Constitution and the separation of powers. And again, they just go on from bullet point to bullet point. There's like 23 different bullet points why Microsoft's arguing that this is this complaint from the FTC is basically invalid. Under 13, it says that Microsoft's offers of binding contractual commitments to continue to offer certain titles like Call of Duty to other gaming companies, include Nintendo and Sony, for at least 10 years, address all of the alleged anti-competitive effects in the alleged markets, and ensure that there will be no harm to competition or consumers. Because again, the whole FTC's kind of issue with this is that they feel like there's there's going to be harm that's going to come to the the competitive market, right? And again, Microsoft is arguing, saying that the deal the contractual deal and commitments that they've extended to Nintendo and PlayStation would ensure that that's not going to happen. Like I said, Nintendo was accepted. Sony, on the other hand, they're like, nah, right? So I mean, it's that's on Sony at that point to make a move if they want to have that security. And again, Phil Spencer and various folks over at Microsoft and Xbox have reiterated multiple times that they're going to they're willing to secure a deal with PlayStation by contract, so that gives them security for at least 10 years, and then in 10 years see what happens then. But 10 years is a very long time. That's an entire decade. That's if we do get Call of Duty releases yearly, that's 10 different titles, you know what I mean? So you're secured for 10 different titles. The problem with PlayStation is that, of course, right now they've been enjoying a lot of exclusivities, right? There's a lot of exclusives they have with PlayStation. For example, if you're a PlayStation user, you get, and you're playing with other PlayStation users, you get a bonus of XP and different things like that. So there's some bonuses that PlayStation has, and they're trying to really hold on to that for their dear life. But if they're smart, they would just just make a deal with Microsoft. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure that this deal will eventually go through. There are a lot of people that are trying to block it, but again, Microsoft is making all the right moves to ensure that this is going to be a good acquisition and that everybody's secure. Again, I don't have any reason to believe that Phil Spencer or anyone else in Microsoft is lying about this. I know a lot of people are deceptive, and there is a lot of lying in business and in the industry. But I think it's safe to say that it seems very trustworthy and genuine from Phil Spencer when he says that his whole thing is to it's for the gamers, right? That's been his motto since he took over as head of Xbox. He's really about the gamers. He really tries to stay connected and in touch with the community. And so I believe that that's, although he has Microsoft's best interest in mind too, because of course that's who he works for. He's also handling this in a very smart way and in a way that benefits everybody too, right? And I think that's kind of a win-win situation, because again, it creates healthy competition. Not the kind of competition where Microsoft's necessarily going to keep Call of Duty as an exclusive, but the kind of competition that again, it gives people options, right? If you have options, there's a little bit more competition there, and competition's healthy. If you don't have options, that cheapens the competition, and then it's not the same. You know what I mean? Look at like previous console generations, more like the Xbox 360, PS3 days. There was a little bit more healthy competition back then, and it was good, right? The industry benefited from it, I think. So, anyways, all that to say, I could go on and on and on. This is a very lengthy topic. It's a very big topic. I'll link the document down in the description below. Again, it's a PDF. It's about 37 pages in total if you want to read the entire thing. I just wanted to kind of skim through it for you guys here in this video. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think this is going to fall through? Do you think it's not going to end up happening? Or do you believe that the acquisition will still go through? Also, again, let me know what kind of format you guys would like to see for these news videos. And if you guys want me to create more news videos, again, I do apologize. We've been a little bit slacking on that front. So thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and until the next one, game on. I'll see you guys soon.